we finished the Ethan portion of this Kilo video. We are now onto the CameronF305 segment. Okay, guys. See CameronF305, fan favorite character around here. I feel kind of a total nobody in the grand scheme of things. Made a couple of really bad content cop ripoff videos, and that's his thing now. That's just what he does. But yeah, has got a whole segment to himself in this Kilo video. That then seems to go into the Willie Mac segment. So I guess that's what we'll be reviewing here. Let's take a look.
Awards ceremony. Let's take a look at CameronF305.
Hey there, folks. I'm your local content cop. I make sure everyone's content is up to par.
CameronF305 is the owner of an up-and-coming commentary YouTube channel. He's 21 years old, he has around 80,000 subscribers, and he's the smallest online figure in this video, but he's also one of my favorites. Cameron is somewhat well known for various interpersonal online dramas, most of which stem from his time working for free on an offshoot of the highly dysfunctional video game project Yandere Simulator as a music producer. After departing that project, Cameron would go on to produce his own music, inspiring the hearts and minds of probably at least one person, somewhere.
So good, man. I'm so glad this is in here. I'm so glad this is in here. Everyone needs to know about Run Right Back to Me. Literally everyone needs to know about that.
Would go on to produce his own music.
Got no idea why he's included. Probably because this video has been in the works for like a f***ing year. That's why. And people actually gave a shit about Cameron like a year ago.
Inspiring the hearts and minds of probably at least one person, somewhere.
I need you to run. I'll run right back to me. I'll run right back to me.
That song is incredible. But Cameron would gain much more notoriety in May of last year after releasing a pair of hit pieces on iDubbbz. Now to me, iDubbbz hate content has been done to death. He's just an easy and safe target, and everything to be said about him has already been said. So this type of video is just kind of soulless and lazy. Cameron will happily take that low-hanging fruit. He capitalized on the recent content cop videos on Ethan by parodying the series and turning it around on iDubbbz. Except it's not really a parody because he's not satirizing it or making it funny, he's just copying it and doing it worse.
Idubbbz, you're a piece of chat. Please log off the Ethernet.
Oh, come on, Cameroon. You're just mad that Idubbbz doesn't say the naughty slurs.
Take that gorillas out your video. Take Damon's work out of your video. Take Damon's music out of your video, Cameron.
Anymore. He's very mature now. I think you need to grow up.
Yeah, both of these videos are pretty terrible. They're like exactly what you would expect from someone making an easy, lazy hit piece on a guy who's already widely hated.
You can make mistakes and grow from them. That's fine. But don't make that your entire personality. And even if you don't resonate with it anymore, don't people who enjoyed your old content. You come off as disingenuous and extremely annoying.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just
Making new ground with that
same
one,
everyone else.
Really, brand new critique. iDubbbz shouldn't have been so mean to his old fans. Wow, thank you, Cameron. Really worth making a video. I'm glad this got 1.2 million views. Really worth it. Really awesome.
Already said about iDubbbz. But somehow there are still a lot of people out there who will endlessly consume brainless content like this. So these videos actually did pretty well. Cameron earned over 1 million views on the first one, and several 100,000 more on the follow-up. The success of these two videos helped Cameron work his way onto H3's radar, and he received a shout-out from the big man himself.
This dude put in so much more effort than Ian. Holy fuck. Anyway, check it out. It's really good. Good watch there.
It isn't. From here, Cameron would start to very shamefully act like an Ethan Klein cheerleader and desperately try to get his attention and approval.
Fucking Ethan is going demon mode right now, and I love it. I love petty Ethan, dude. I love petty Ethan. This is great. Ethan, Dia, if you're watching this, can you shoot me an Instagram DM? I mean, I guess I can ask him after, but
Will Smith is one of the most famous cocks.
This is such a classic clip, man.
You shoot me an Instagram DM? I mean, I guess I can ask him after, but
Will Smith is one of the most famous cocks.
The laugh, man.
Yeah! Yes! Ethan! 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 Get after him!
let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
I don't
Total
know
autistic
what
meltdown.
that was.
But he also got noticed by Noah Samson, a large pro-Palestinian creator, who made this comment while talking to iDubbbz about the hit pieces.
I don't know if you saw the guy who made the content cop about you, right after the H3 content cop was outed as a
that came
pedophile.
across my feed.
Was outed as a child rapist.
Cameron
I don't think he wasn't outed as a pedophile. Now, child rapist is like a slightly more accurate term because because he was like, how old was he? I don't remember. He was like 20. She's like 17 or 16 or something. So, child rape.
Very strongly objected to Noah's comments, claiming that it's a baseless accusation, and he started desperately trying to further latch on to Ethan Klein by threatening to join in on Ethan's existing defamation lawsuit against Noah. But the problem for Cameron here is that it isn't really outright defamatory for Noah to have referred to him as a child rapist. We're not going to dive too deeply into the story today, but the general gist of it is that Cameron is accused of meeting up with a 16-year-old girl when he was 19 and having a series of strange and inappropriate interactions with her. On one occasion, she claims Cameron demanded that
What's this? Dude, what's this?
she kiss him before he would let her out of his car, and on another, he allegedly picked her up to try to forcibly perform oral sex on her.
He got handsy, told him to
Cut Dicker's fucking face out of the video. Good job, Kilo. Great editing. Cut this guy's stupid fucking faces out of the video. Don't make me see that shit. Don't make me look at it.
stop multiple times, told him I wasn't interested in oral, gave him a bunch of reasons why I didn't want to. He didn't listen. He tried to like forcibly put me on him, so I kicked him, and he was like, whoa, there's no need for that. That was a whole thing.
Now, it would obviously be
I
impossible
want to
to
see his Pixar fucking face emoting all over the screen. Cut it out.
definitively prove one way or another if Cameron is guilty of what he's accused of. But I will say, the story of his accuser has remained consistent and is supported by evidence she's provided, such as location data. But I think the strongest evidence there is against Cameron is that when responding to allegations against him, he has repeatedly chosen to lie, numerous times. If you want to get a more detailed look at the allegations against Cameron, as well as his overall pattern of dishonesty in responding to them, check out this video by Morale that's linked in the description. This video doesn't cover absolutely everything, but it does give a pretty solid overview of Cameron's pattern of lying.
Video that everyone gave Morale shit for, traumatizing video for Morale.
Some examples of the behaviors that Morale outlines include faking Discord logs, changing his stories over time, and on one occasion he seems to have even manipulated a police report to damage the credibility of another one of his accusers.
While I'll keep the individual's name censored, you can see he is labeled as a black male born in 1987. I'm not sure if this is Cameron's roommate or another tenant of the apartment complex or someone completely unrelated, but it's not about Krexa, and Cameron knows this. To summarize, Cameron lied about what the report says, he lied about how he got it, and he lied about who redacted it. And he did this all to make someone accusing him of abuse look mentally unstable.
There's a very awesome interview with Aiden Underground where Cameron is being asked to produce an original, unedited audio recording of a call between him and his accuser, and he spends like 30 minutes coming up with the most insane reasons to not have to show it.
Because you took like 20 minutes to find that.
Dude,
Can you just go to your file explorer?
This is a great telling of the Cameron
So it shows
stuff
recent.
too.
You just
Great getting this in front of fucking lefties and shit.
do that.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not showing you all the fucking, like, there's shit I'm working on that I don't want leaked. There you go.
Can you scroll down by one file?
No.
Just one, just
Oh,
one
actually,
file. Okay, one more,
okay.
one more, one more,
No.
one more.
No, now you're just being retarded.
There's no way the super secret information conveniently is
No,
the
I'm
fifth
not leaking.
file
I'm
in
not
your
leaking
most
my next
recent.
video.
The first 4 files you show me are all related to what we've just been shown. So I want you to go to the 5th file, and it's very convenient that like the 5th file is going to be some like top secret information that you can't show in your most recent.
I just would rather not.
This is just very like suspicious, man. It is very suspicious.
How in the fucking God's name is me not wanting to show you the fucking premiere file for my next video suspicious?
You don't have to. You just rename it and then you could screenshot. It takes like 2 seconds. Watch. I'll do it now. Time it.
But it's a waste of time.
Yeah, again, we'll never be able to fully prove if Cameron is guilty or not, but a good barometer for these things, I think, is if someone is accused of something, and in response, they lie like 47 different times, it doesn't exactly make me think they didn't do it. So Cameron, sorry buddy, but you've been accused of sexually assaulting a minor, and to date, the allegation seems more credible than not. So when someone like Noah Sampson says you're a child rapist, I don't think many lawyers are gonna take that defamation case, which is probably why it seems like Ethan doesn't really fuck with you.
You know, as time goes on, I'm
real?
getting more cynical about it.
Real?
I'm just like, it's probably not gonna happen. He's probably not gonna add me onto it. It just might not fit the case that Ethan and Buddha have. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
The Noah news. Exactly.
That's Kilo in chat. That's Kilo in chat, dude. Brother, you'd have to prove that Noah knew it's a lie and there's credible evidence against you.
Exactly, Kilo. And that's like where like it's extremely hard to prove that stuff.
And Cameron's dishonesty.
Exactly, Kilo. Exactly. There is credible evidence against me.
extends to his coverage of Hassan as well. In his content cop on Ludwig, for example, Cameron includes a clip of Hassan talking about attending a Diddy party, which, as we all know, is intended to paint a picture of sexual misconduct, potentially involving minors.
Did you guys know Hassan attended a Diddy party?
I walked into this like back like sphere Epcot looking thing in the back of like the house that P. Diddy was renting for his and was throwing after parties at Coachella, and they were playing like these crazy things for people who are high. One of the images that they were playing was like this little girl, this like supposedly attractive, very young girl.
Nice friends you got there, Ludwig.
Yeah, so he cuts the clip off there and then throws up this disclaimer to say, now there's no proof Hassan did anything weird with kids. But Cameron conveniently leaves out the very next line of the clip, where Hassan expresses discomfort with attending the party.
This like supposedly attractive, very young girl, like opening up a Christmas gift. And I think I told you about this, where I was like, this is some real weird Alex Jones style pedo thing here. This is exactly how I felt walking into that house, where I was like, this is weird. This is really weird. Everyone here looks really, really weird.
And you just get to cut that out. You just get to cut all of that out.
When confronted about this blatantly dishonest clipping, this is Cameron's defense.
Why did you cut context from the Hassan going to a Diddy party? He said he left when he saw that. I wasn't accused, like, that doesn't... I'm sorry. What context did I cut out? You don't show the full clip? Of course I don't show the full clip. You think I have time for that? It was like a 2-minute clip. My goal for my videos is to always put them to like 30 minutes. You think I'm trying to like have the full thing? You could go find the full context yourself.
I see. So it's okay to lie in your videos, because when you really think about it, it should be the viewer's responsibility to go figure out what the truth is.
No, when he said Alex Jones shit, he wasn't saying Alex Jones is a pedophile. He's saying it's like the Bohemian Grove shit, like what Alex Jones like snuck into that thing or whatever and took footage. So the idea is that he felt like he was in the elite pedophile room. So this is where all the elite pedophiles were looking at their pedophilia material. That's the point he's making, is that, you know, this is some like weird shit. Like,
on their own.
Amazing.
I mentioned earlier that Cameron was one of my favorite subjects in this video, despite him being a bit irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. And it's because he's a great case study for how just soullessly hating on Hassan and his friends can bring you overnight success, even if you're just a deeply weird little freak like he is. These days, Cameron spends his time constantly asking his audience what he should make next instead of coming up with any original ideas, and then just making more shitty content cops, despite having previously stated that he wasn't going to keep doing that. He's lied about serious accusations to protect himself, lied about Hassan to gain favor, and built his entire presence on being an opportunistic rat. And for that, CameronF305 remains a Weasley little liar. The Possible Child Rapist Award goes to Cameron. Congratulations, buddy.
oh my god. Just totally raped. Just totally raped. See, I feel like this video, you know, there is sort of like an inclination to call it a little dry. It's certainly not like, you know, the most fast-paced thing in the world. But I think it's good enough. I think it's pretty interesting, and the beats land.
Hassan is a political streamer, the most popular by far. And look, I'm not someone who claims to be very
okay. Now we are in to the Willie Mac segment. Now, I've got a personal interest in this segment, to say the least, because I think I saw on the timeline, if I look here closely, I see my smug face, very small, in the back there on Willie Mac's computer screen. So I assume it's going to go over the doxing stuff, guys. I assume it's going to go over Willie Mac's heinous smears against me and my community, when every step was taken to protect his information within my community.
About politics, but even to me, it seems like he has some pretty crazy takes.
Willie Mac is a large commentary YouTuber.
Thank you for the $5, Venomous Villain. Thank you. Huge appreciated. Thank you. Remind you guys about the goal. Okay, 45 minutes on the goal. It is slightly higher than it appears. It's like, what, I think we're at like 3 out of 10, not 2 out of 10. But goals in the chat, guys. Goals in the chat. So, thank you for the membership as well. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't realize. Thank you for the membership.
By far. And look, I'm not someone who claims to be very knowledgeable about politics, but even to me, it seems like he has some pretty crazy takes.
Willie Mac is a large commentary YouTuber with over 200,000 subscribers. He has an established presence in the drama sphere for making somewhat useful and accessible breakdown videos on new internet.
Thank you for the £5 HLY. Huge appreciate. And the £5 twist. Huge appreciate. Thank you guys so much. Incredibly generous with you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Notice you're donating in pounds. Hope you both voted Labour today. Hope you both voted Labour today and not anyone else.
Stories and controversies. Willie's most recurring topic for the last few years is Hassan Piker. In fact, since October 7th, a third of his videos feature Hassan in the title or the thumbnail, and he routinely gets mentioned in other videos that don't have anything to do with Hassan. This
Awesome
guy's
twist.
obsessed.
Great to hear,
Unhinged
great to
even.
hear.
Now, I'll be fair. Willie's videos on Hassan, they're not that terrible. I mean, they're not good, but occasionally he can make some halfway decent points. But his main criticism of Hassan...
Yeah, because he makes some halfway decent points because he doesn't write them. They're crowdsourced by fucking DGGers over the course of months. They're written up by the collective brain of DGGers, DGG's top Indians, over the course of months or years, and then he just goes and reads the Reddit posts about it. Thank you, Jimro777, for the $9.99 with a Shiba Inu dog, grasping a heart, hugging a heart. Thank you so much. Huge appreciate. Thank you.
essentially boils down to inaccuracy and misinformation, which unfortunately doesn't really hit quite the same when you realize just how unreliable of a source Willie himself has become. Demonstrating Willie's ineptitude across all these Hassan videos would probably take us hours, but thankfully for us, Willie and Hassan debated this very topic in November of 2023. Now, for some reason, a lot of
people literally delude themselves. I'm so glad Kilo's rehashing this. So glad Kilo's rehashing this. Obviously, we went over this debate, I wouldn't say within the last 6 months. Thank you, Alplos, for the 5 Canadian.
Face emoji.
Thank you so much. Huge appreciate. I want to say within the last 6 months, we went over this debate, and Willie totally threw. Willie totally threw. And there's nothing to do with him not knowing politics or some shit like that. He's asked by Hassan, okay, Willie, what are your criticisms of me? Willie's making a positive case, right? Willie, the burden is on Willie. He's got a criticism to make of Hassan. So he's making the positive case. He has to come in and say something affirmative. You are X. You did Y. Hassan goes, what are your criticisms of me? Willie goes, why don't you just watch the video, bro? Why don't you just watch the video? And that's like the first 20 fucking minutes on loop. He literally, and then he's like, oh, I have to go pull my video script up to remember what the points are.
people consider Willie to have dominated this debate, but I watched the whole thing again recently, and honestly, he comes across like there's something wrong with him. Willie spends the first, 10 minutes of this debate whining that Hassan didn't watch his video on him, as if that somehow makes Hassan unprepared for the conversation that is about himself.
You want to debate about a video you didn't even watch?
Give me the fucking takes, and we'll talk about it.
You're going into a topic you don't know anything about.
It's like, yeah, why don't you just make the criticism? I shouldn't have to research or prepare for a criticism that is about me. Motherfucker, I'm me.
Brother, just give me what you want to say. Give me what you want to say. The video's about me, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
sure,
fucking
sure.
talk to me about what the fucking points of the video are, and let's discuss it. The fuck do you mean?
Literally, given the opportunity, go and say what you think to Hassan. Press him live yourself. What? Go watch my video. Go watch my video. What a fucking rat, bro. What a disgusting worm.
My main criticism.
Why would I have to research a video about myself?
Willie uses this bizarre moment to say that Hassan is unprepared for the conversation, which he claims proves one of his points.
So let's hear.
I know, but
what
that
your
kind of
gripes are.
links up to my big criticism with you is that you don't actually put in the bare minimum effort to research anything before you jump to conclusions.
But even if this unpreparedness point was somehow not totally stupid and was actually fair, it gets immediately undermined by the fact that Willie isn't prepared either, because he has to pause the conversation right after this to go back and watch his own video to remind himself of the argument that he presumably is here to challenge Hassan with.
What is the lie that I told about Ukraine?
It's not a lie. It's just you made more claims. You made more basic.
Like what?
Claims.
What is the claim?
I gotta go pull it up in the video because you didn't.
You didn't prepare
you didn't
for your
watch
own
anything.
fucking.
You just completely you blew
Dude,
this whole
it's your
thing up,
video.
so
It's your video about me. This should be so simple for you to be like, this is where you lied.
All right, you got to give me a minute.
Are you trying to link me your video? I'm not
going
gonna watch your video. Just say it with your mouth, with your words. Go ahead.
I have to watch my video to see what.
Willie's a fucking mess here, man. How do you say Willie won this? You have to be so fucking delusional, dude.
See, it is because this is a year old, right? I didn't know we were. I didn't know where.
You don't even know your own video. You don't know the contents of your own fucking video.
The confusing thing is, even if Hassan had watched Willie's video, Willie still had to go back and fetch his old arguments. He wasn't prepared for the conversation either way. But that debate was kind of a microcosm of the big problem with Willie's attacks on Hassan. Almost all.
Yeah, I feel it's gonna be, he doesn't, and I have seen bits of this video before, but not all the time. It's gonna be, he doesn't even understand his own critiques. He doesn't even understand the critiques he's making, because they're not really his critiques. He's taken them from Reddit. So he's got no fucking idea what he's saying when he gets asked to actually lay it out.
All of what he says about him can easily be attributed to himself. Remember that his main criticism is that Hassan often gets things wrong.
My goal is to parse through information and misinformation.
You are the misinformation. You get everything wrong. What, you're allowed to lie, slander people, and make up your own misinformation? Your brand is division and misinformation for the sake of propaganda.
Willie, conversely, routinely prides himself on his research and accuracy.
I was the only one that reached out to everyone involved in this story. Me respecting what creators want on and off the record allows me to talk to all sides of the situation, builds trust with the creator, and also allows me to get follow-up statements for when the drama develops. The most time-consuming part for me making a video is researching the topic, because finding trustworthy news sources is hard. Everyone's reporting with some sort of agenda today.
It's really interesting to hear Willie seemingly present himself as being above having an agenda. It's entirely possible that Willie's research for his Hassan videos in large part consists of just reading subreddits that notoriously have a massive agenda against Hassan.
He claimed that streaming was more soul-sucking and draining on his social battery than a normal job. I sympathize that every line of work is going to have its days where it's hard, but comparing streaming in any way to a real job is so out of touch. Another thing I find funny is Hassan will make it a point to mock Destiny for doing research.
He did all that reading to scour talking points and still got owned.
If you're angry about police brutality,
Over the $5 New Zealand dollars, huge appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you with the straight-faced cat emoji.
you can watch
Cat emoji. Not impressed by Willie Mac's standards of research.
him laugh at a cop getting shot.
Are you okay? No, you shot me! Oh, God! Are you
This is a fairly common pattern. A lot of Willie's criticisms of Hassan can be found in Destiny's subreddit previously. Now, sure, a lot of these takes are kind of run-of-the-mill, and Willie could have come up with them on his own, but the pattern even holds with topics that, I'm sorry, there's just no way.
He compares the annexation of Tibet to the American Civil War.
And the example I used here was actually so f***ing good.
Yeah, I'm sure Willie's got very, complex thoughts on the annexation of Tibet and the comparison to the U.S. Civil War. I'm sure Willie has very complex, nuanced thoughts on China's annexation of Tibet, rooted in a deep understanding of the history. And he certainly didn't steal it from a subreddit of a streamer he's friends with.
Not to, hype myself up.
Yeah, something tells me this guy doesn't organically know a whole lot about the fucking annexation of Tibet. I actually had kind of a hard time finding arguments in Willie's videos that I couldn't also find in Destiny's subreddit. And there's no real moral issue with Willie doing his research that way, but if you're getting a lot of your information about Hassan from a community of people that start pissing and shitting themselves if he eats breakfast incorrectly, you do not have an agenda-free product. And this has become evident not just in Willie's content, but also his behavior. Over time, Willie has proven to be massively biased towards Destiny and his community. In fact, as it turns out, he seems to be consistently compromised in his ability to report accurately on the Ethan, Hassan, and Destiny conflict. This problem became apparent early last year when Willie published a video covering Destiny's non-consensual
Is Kilo gonna address the fact that he was involved in this?
sex tape sharing scandal. In the video, Willie republishes unverified claims that he gets from Destiny, the person he's meant to be criticizing.
He goes on to say that
Sorry, not this one, but I think it does come off in the
Lav and Kelly Jean have been distributing his nudes, revenge porn in the literal truest sense. How many crazy women are part of this guy's life? At what point can I victim blame him?
Willie's deference to Destiny showed up throughout this video. Almost half of the runtime was a critique of other people, like the ones who broke the story. And at the end, he couldn't help but bring up Vosh and yes, Hassan as part of a weird, look how bad all these other people are type of segment.
So is Destiny's career over because of this? Well, if Tim Pool can frame himself as a patriot while secretly taking Russian money, Vosh can say Lolly makes you a pedo while having a folder full of Lolly, Hassan can frame himself as more credible than the media while reporting every story wrong, then why wouldn't Destiny recover from this? Let's be honest, the real punishment is Hassan will bring this up every chance he gets.
He also continues to glaze Destiny at the end of the video.
Destiny and I were not friends. However, I have a lot of respect for him. He's the only major creator in the political space that I have covered that actually looks stuff up, reads first-hand information, and directly engages with his critics.
And remember, all this glazing and whataboutism is taking place in a video that's supposed to be a confrontation about Destiny's crimes. But despite Willie's constant bragging about his superior journalism,
I was the only one that reached out to everyone involved in this story.
He included almost no information from the one person who actually accused Destiny of anything criminal. Another one of Willie's common attacks on Hassan is that he deflects from criticism.
Hassan loves to push the narrative to his audience that all criticism made towards him.
Yeah, it was literally so insane that he didn't include anything about fucking Cherry, dude.
Person who actually accused Destiny of anything criminal. Another one of Willie's common attacks on Hassan is that he deflects from criticism.
Hassan loves to push the narrative to his audience.
And then when he does cover Cherry, he puts her fucking recording in the video. Like, just a fucking total psycho.
All criticism
Actually,
made
he's
towards him
fucking
is
so
invalid.
retarded.
But listen to how Willie responds when he's confronted about his mistakes in his coverage of Destiny.
I think you didn't include the parts where Cherry is saying that he is harassing her publicly. And
all right, link me her tweet right now. That's the big thing with all the information.
I don't know if there's like an archival tweet for this, but there were tweets about it, right?
But you can't look at more than one tweet. Like, you can't do the bare minimum. Look at more than one tweet, Willie. W clip. Voice of Kuihman. That's
I
awesome.
don't know if there's like an archival tweet for this, but there were tweets about it, right?
But you can't look at more than one tweet. Like, you can't do the bare minimum. Look at more than one tweet, Willie.
Yeah, I think I just didn't want to go down this fucking rabbit hole. I'm just sticking to the main story here.
You know, if I go think that's a part of the main story?
Yeah, there's a time where I need to cut off the video. I can't research shit forever.
So why would you regurgitate his false narratives?
I literally just read his statement. I didn't say if they were true or not. I don't know if they're true or not.
You could have messaged me, then multiple people even could have clarified.
Is the video about Kelly Jean? No, it's not about fucking Kelly Jean.
You just asked for misinformation example. I gave you one, you bitch.
Well, you're like nitpicking me, and I just have to draw a line at some point where it's like this criticism I don't think is valid.
So Willie's perfectly fine to puff out his chest about his integrity and accuracy and research.
Watching his own old clips saying that guy speaking facts, man. Well, do you prefer when Food Shops watches old clips of her admitting to watching child pornography, Lolly as being child pornography, and then I disagree with this. I disagree with this. You prefer that?
But the second he's challenged about his process failing him, he immediately retreats to things like, all I did was read off the misinformation, or, well, I can't do research forever, things that I'm sure he would definitely let Hassan get away with.
So it wasn't a thoughtful commentary, it's him having an emotional outburst instead of engaging with why Dan is wrong, and then avoiding accountability when he gets criticized. He does this with everybody when the conversation gets slightly complex.
Shut up.
But Willie's total lopsidedness when it comes to talking about Destiny came to a head when he had his personal information doxed by Bad Empanada. Destiny quote-tweeted someone talking about the dox to publicly condemn Bad Empanada, which
here it comes, guys. This is about me. This is about me, guys.
Destiny quote-tweeted someone talking about the dox to publicly condemn Bad Empanada, which prompted some people to point out Destiny's glaring hypocrisy, as he is a proud open doxer himself. When JStock retweeted one of these criticisms, it completely broke Willie Mac's brain. He immediately started attacking JStock for spreading his dox, conveniently glossing over the fact that Destiny was the one who originally retweeted it and to like 60 times more eyeballs. But when people pointed out how nonsensical this was, Willie doubled down, claiming that he wasn't mad at Destiny because Destiny was defending him. But JStock and Dickers, these guys weren't not defending Willie. In a way, they were actually kind of criticizing doxing in general. After some more back and forth, eventually Willie just responded with, "Alright everyone, post my docs, cause Destiny has you all mind raped."
Dude.
Willie persisted with this absolutely incoherent take by releasing a video on the topic a couple weeks later.
At this point, my dox is already spread, the toothpaste is out of the bottle. What bothered me most in this moment was the narrative that I deserve it.
Nobody said that.
They're like, why aren't you mad at Destiny?
Anyone got a bottle of toothpaste sitting around? Anyone got a bottle of toothpaste? Keep toothpaste in a bottle, right? I'm pretty sure that's what you call it.
He quote-tweeted your docs too.
Why aren't you mad at Destiny himself?
Destiny is defending my already viral docs that's already in the hands of all the people who hate me. We're acting like context and scale don't matter.
I don't even know how to analyze this. Destiny tweeting about Willie's docs is the largest in scale it would ever go, and the context of other people talking about it had nothing to do with doxing Willie. If it was already viral and everyone knew about it, then what the fuck is he complaining about? I mean it when I say this video was one of the most egregiously horrible pieces of content I've ever seen. It makes no sense, it's filled with misunderstandings of basic social concepts, and it contains completely unsubstantiated claims. In the video, he completely falsely attempts to implicate Kuihman as somehow being responsible for the origin of his docs.
The truth is, Bad Empanada did not originate my docs. He maliciously spread it everywhere, but my docs originated on a niche forum by this guy's unhinged viewers.
And yes, this completely made-up narrative that Willie uncritically accepts came from, you guessed it, Destiny.
Guarantee Destiny told Willie Mac.
Facts.
Kuihman fan doxed him, and he believed it uncritically. I might have said that. Let's see what I said exactly. So I sent him a message on July 21st. I said, no clue how active you are in these communities, how much of all this stuff. You have all of Kiwi Farms amplifying / attacking you as well and stuff like this. The Kuihman / crowd all work together with them inside Discords and stuff. Be careful, matey.
Willie actually has no reason at all.
Thank you, Easy, for the $5. Huge appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Kuihman reference.
stuff. You have all of Kiwi Farms amplifying / attacking you as well and stuff like this. The Kuihman / Shistical crowd all work together with them inside Discords and stuff. Be careful, matey.
Willie actually has no reason at all to believe his docs originated with Kuihman or JStox communities. His docs has been known since years before either of them even started streaming. Maybe you should talk to your buddy Tommy C about that one, Willie.
Yeah, so I don't know if this has been brought up on streams before, but Willie's full name has been like pretty widely available for a very long time. Tommy, you know, I've never wanted to draw attention, stuff like that. I won't talk, you know, if you get spelling out of me mentioning anything about your info, then I'm just gonna leave your info alone, obviously. But yeah, this was on Tommy's stream for fucking years. It's like widely been known his full name.
Yeah, why not? I thought it'd be weird. I lost your camera.
Willie's actually shown a propensity for pushing false stories about his enemies. He recently suggested on Twitter that Hassan was some kind of degenerate furry because years ago, he had commented on someone's DeviantArt profile who had favorited some furry-related images. The only problem is those images weren't favorited on that account until 10 years after Hassan's comments. Even the account that Willie was replying to deleted their original tweet, but Willie will just leave his up, and he'll ignore all the people telling him that he's wrong. But he will reply to and agree with people implying that his son rapes his dog. Once you see enough things like this, it gets pretty hard to keep giving Willie Mac the benefit of the doubt. I used to just think he was a little dishonestly biased against Hassan and in favor of Destiny and Ethan. But his constant moronic behavior eventually made me realize that the problem isn't just a bias. We're talking about a fundamental lack of critical thought. Case in point, remember the comparison between Hassan and a literal Nazi in Ethan's filings for the copyright lawsuits? Denim sort of jokingly posed with this page to promote her OnlyFans. Obviously her way of kind of making fun of the ridiculousness
This was the fucking crying over this was so crazy, man. It was so fucking crazy. Denim's just posing with a picture of Hitler. It was so insane, man.
And a literal Nazi.
Oh, sorry, not Hitler. Himmler.
Case in point, remember the comparison between Hassan and a literal Nazi in Ethan's filings for the copyright lawsuits? Denim sort of jokingly posed with this page to promote her OnlyFans. Obviously her way of kind of making fun of the ridiculousness of the complaints, while also trying to raise money for her defense. Willie, though, just
Or it's a top one Hitler. Is that top one Hitler?
Of the ridiculousness of the complaints, while also trying to raise money for her defense. Willie, though, just has no idea what's going on, and instead tries to make it some anti-Semitic thing about Denim posing with Hitler. And then when people try to explain to him what's happening, he, again, doubles down. Just has no idea what's going on, and instead tries to make it some anti-Semitic thing about Denim posing with Hitler.
Yeah, then Connor comes in. To be fair, it's pretty obvious meant to show the absurdity of Ethan Klein, including that in the lawsuit about copyright infringement. By arguing that it's absurd, she's showing it. You're making the argument for her. Why the fuck is this included in the lawsuit? Dude, Connor and Augie are like, you know, a bit more switched on than fucking Nick, for sure.
And then when people try to explain to him what's happening, he, again, doubles down. Just completely missing the point. No idea what's going on around him. This isn't your run-of-the-mill, someone has an agenda or a bias that affects their content. The only explanation for this level of incompetence is that this guy isn't just dishonest. He's got like some type of disability. Willie Mac built a lot of his credibility on criticizing people like Hassan for misinformation, poor journalism, and irresponsibility. Meanwhile, he'll reflexively spread false narratives about other creators, kind of serious ones like revenge porn and doxing, without verifying them. But when it's people he likes that are accused of serious things, he'll functionally run cover for them. But he has to do things that way, because that's been his brand for a long time now. He is the blue-collar commentary YouTuber that catches normal people up on how awesome Ethan and Destiny are and how terrible Hassan is. And he's too gullible to question what people tell him, too stupid to understand when he's being lied to, and too compromised to think for himself. Willie's friend Nicholas Diorio put it best.
Willie's not like internet people, and he's not terminally online. He's just like some fucking guy who makes commentary videos.
You see, Willie's just your everyday working man. He's just the most simple, dull, unexceptional guy you could think of. He's like the most normal guy ever, which is kind of the problem. WillyMacShow gets the literal most normal guy ever award.
So good, man. So good.
The worst.
Fuck Willie Mac. Fuck Willie Mac. All my homies fucking hate Willie Mac. Fuck Willie Mac. Fuck Willie Mac.